It's Friday Night Frenzy, brought to you by Ford.
Western Slope, what's going on? It is week 7 of Friday Night Frenzy, presented by Ford. I'm Titus Cleveland. That is Jackson Cowell. Jackson, we have a lot to discuss. Jeff Hinkle is in here. He's here for this show. Not in the studio. He's outside, but he'll join us in just a bit. Jackson, a lot of games on the Western Slope this week. You had the Grand Junction Tigers going up against Thornton. You had Palisade going up to Rifle, and many, many more games that took place today. Can you believe that we're already in week 7 already?
It seems crazy. It seems like just last week we were sitting here. It was my first time on the show. But like you said, a lot of games to get to. We don't want to rush it or anything like that. But I looked at the schedule, and all of a sudden, teams only had 3 games left. And I was like, what happened?
Where did time go?
where did the fall go? But, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, one of those teams that, they just looked up and just hit that. They just hit it. They found their momentum was the Grand Junction Tigers, who, I'll be honest, Jackson, I don't know what got into this Grand Junction Tigers team, but after getting shut out 2 weeks ago to the Durango Demons, the Tigers have just gone berserk on their last 2 opponents. I mean, they've been AP certified these past 2 weeks.
Yeah, Titus, I don't really know what AP certified means, but they have.
Well, let me just school you real quick. A certified problem. Roll the highlights, folks. We take you into this game. You could feel it the moment they took the field. Grand Junction came into this one feeling themselves after dropping 52 on Gateway last week, and the Tigers didn't waste a second, showing that they meant business first quarter. The Tigers already up 7. Andrew Neese finds Drew Marsh on the short route, and Marsh says barbecue chicken mismatch. He blows past his man, and he walks in to the end zone to put the Tigers up 14-0 early, and the offense was humming. Next drive, though, for the Trojans, Thornton, trying to find a little rhythm in this one, trying to just answer back, but A.J. Schlachter, no thank you. Other plans, steps in front of the pass, and he's gone, folks. Pick 6 straight to the crib. Tigers up 28-0 before the Trojans could even settle in. Junction flat out owned that first quarter, Jackson. 34 points in the 12 minutes. They didn't just set the tone, they dropped the mic. Now let's go to the second quarter. Now, Neese still feeling himself, keeps it himself, and goes into the goal line, punches it in for his second rushing touchdown of the night. Jackson, guess the score. Don't worry, 41-0 Tigers. At that point, it was cruise control in Junction. The second half, though, had some new faces on the field, but the same results, the backups for Junction, kept the party going, tackling on 14 more points before it was all said and done. Final score in this one, Junction rose over the Trojans 55-6. That's back-to-back weeks putting up 50+, and the Tigers are starting to look real comfortable in that end zone.
And I think we go out there as a team. We stay together. Defense supports the offense, and offense supports the defense, and we all go hard all the time.
Sure. I look like a family, honestly. Like it's big on brotherhood here, and blood, sweat, and tears together. I'm gonna be honest.
We gotta put the work in. This is just a stepping stone, and we're trying to get to playoffs. We're trying to win state this year, so we take Centaurus next week and we keep going.
Iron sharpen iron. We go hard defensively on offense, offensively on defense, and I truly believe that's what makes us a better team.
Yeah, definitely. Andrew's a great quarterback. It's good to have him. He's getting better every week, and we just got to capitalize on everything. It's definitely changed. When I was a freshman, it was pretty rough, and now it's pretty cool to see how it's changed.
Jackson, you look at Grand Junction right now, and you see the growth that this team has been going over the years. I mean, this is a team that 4 years ago had just won 1 game, and now they're putting up 50 burgers on teams. And what stands out to me is the quarterback play from sophomore quarterback Andrew Neese, who really stepped into that tough spot, taking the reins from Will Applegate, and we all know what he was able to do last year, but. Neese, he's handled it, he's poised, he's decisive, the timing, the confidence. Those are all things you don't usually see from a young quarterback, especially in his sophomore year, but he's leading that offense with maturity, and, I like what I'm seeing. Let's take a listen to what Neese had to say about the team's recent success.
It means everything. That's the first step. If the team doesn't believe in you, we can't win, and it's great. Will was a great leader. He helped me a lot freshman year, and being able to be where I'm at now is really cool. As a team, obviously our hopes are high right now, but we still got 3 games left, and that's the future.
Yeah, Jackson, you can hear it in his voice right there, the confidence that he just said. He had belief He has the belief. That's what you want to hear from your quarterback. It's not just about making the throws. It's about setting the tone for the whole locker room. And Nish just said they got 3 games left, and it's going to be a tough one. You got Centaurus, who picked up the win today. Then you got Cheyenne Mountain and Sand Creek. Tough matchups in these next 3 games, but this is what's going to set the tone for the Tigers as they make a push into the playoffs.
Yeah, Titus, and you said it. He's just a sophomore. Really impressive what he's been able to do so far in this season. But we move east now to Rifle. The Bears host the Palisade Bulldogs. It is the first conference game for both of these teams this season. Palisade enters the day at 4-2. Rifle is still looking for its first win on the season. And, you know, Rifle, they've struggled a bit so far, haven't really been able to find the end zone too much, looking to find their rhythm. Unfortunately, the first play from scrimmage, that's a fumble. Palisade jumps on the ball. Nathan Umberger, he recovers, sets up his quarterback, Branson Springer, just waltzes into the end zone. 7-0 Bulldogs early, and they would just kind of keep on rolling, but not too fast because Lawyer Gonzalez, he has a big gain for Rifle on the ground, so showing some physicality. This wasn't today. No rain in the forecast just yet. Another fumble, though, for the Bears. Ball's back on the ground. And that Palisade defense, they were just dominant all afternoon. And then here comes the pitch. Aiden Cassidy. You're going to want to see this move, Titus. Watch this. Here it comes. 1, 2, 3. Whoop! There go 2 defenders. A great move by Palisade and Aiden Cassidy. 14-0 later in the second quarter. Branson Springer. Just same play, this time to the right side of the offensive line. Into the end zone, 27-0, blocked extra point right at the end of the half. Little hook and lateral for Rifle. Can they make something happen late in the first half? No, Palisade defense comes up big, third quarter. Rifle comes out firing. They force the turnover. Couldn't convert. Palisade gets it back one more time. Springer, Umberger, he had the fumble recovery earlier. This time, he goes deep. He goes to the end zone, 34-0. Palisade rolls their way to the 41-0 win over the Rifle Bears. Palisade, its first conference game of the season, first conference win of the season now. Like I said, 41-0 the final. Palisade moves to 5-2 on the season. Rifle falls to 0-7 on the year. We look at the Palisade's upcoming games to end the season. Palisade heads to Steamboat Springs, then has Eagle Valley and Glenwood Springs to round out the season. Rifle's last 3, still looking for a chance to win their first game. Next up, on the road against Glenwood Springs, then they have Eagle Valley and Steamboat Springs at home to end the year. Another tough one for Rifle, but I think we just see...
I mean, I'm sorry, Jack. My ankle's still hurting from that play that we saw.
It was nasty. It was nasty. Just a little whoop. He hit one right. He got to the second level, hits one, and then gets
another
to the secondary again.
And then gets
just nasty. That Bulldogs offense, they were cooking all night long. The defense, not to go unnoticed, forced a couple turnovers, so good to see from them as well. But coming up on Friday Night Frenzy, we got Jeff Hinkle. He's joining us live from Stoker Stadium. We've got highlights from Rock Canyon and FRUITA as well. You're not going to want to miss it.
It's Friday Night Frenzy, brought to you by Ford.
Mic check 1 2 3. Mic check 1 2 3.
Armando Guerrilla on the carry.
It's Friday Night.
On the play, tackle by number 28, Ezekiel Samora.
Jeff, if you can hear me, if you could just make this recap 30 seconds, if possible. It's not really much that story there. You know, Central, they got the win.
I thought you guys were doing highlights.
No, you're just going to recap what you've seen in this game for 30 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we might.
Oh, snap.
He's behind us.
Yeah, he's going to be behind us.
I'm trying to think how long the FRUITA VO is, because we might just want to skip that.
The FRUITA VO full screen?
Like the highlights from the FRUITA game.
First down, Falcons.
I think it's a minute 30.
Okay, I'm just getting ready.
We'll play it by ear.
Okay.
If we're heavy.
Hey, we may consider just not doing the FRUITA highlights, and I'll just intro.
It's Friday Night Frenzy, brought to you by Ford.
Welcome back to Friday Night Frenzy, folks, presented by Ford. We are now joined by Jeff Hinkle, who's out at Stoker Stadium as the Central Warriors and Skyline Falcons go head-to-head. Jeff, what's the atmosphere like out there at Stoker?
Yeah, the atmosphere out here at Stoker is electric. Friday Night Lights, you know, it's week 7. It doesn't feel like week 7. I heard you guys mention that earlier on in the show. But Central is down big right now. Score right now is 40-6 Skyline. I was here earlier for the FRUITA and Rock Canyon game. That energy was soaked. It was raining. Everybody was miserable. The umbrellas were up in the stands. The weather's kind of held off for this game. But let's tell you a little bit about the FRUITA game, and then we'll tell you a little bit more about this Central versus Skyline game. Guys, back to you. I'll be back for the Central Skyline game.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, let's take a look at those FRUITA highlights, FRUITA Monument highlights they took on Rock Canyon. Jeff, you was at that game. You know, just tell us a little bit about what you saw.
Yeah, I'm Jackson, but that's okay. I think the biggest thing, it happens. The biggest thing for me about FRUITA, a team that beat them last year, and they came right from the jump. They came ready to play. They were absolutely wheeling and dealing. They scored early and often, and they just made it really no contest. Rock Canyon gets one late. They made it 13. FRUITA had safeties. Unfortunately, they had a couple blocked extra points, but they had a pick six, they had touchdowns, they forced a couple of turnovers. It was really a little bit of everything from the FRUITA Wildcats. Offensively, they were really, really good. Defensively, they were phenomenal. And in tough conditions, it really stood out to me how they kept their composure. It was rainy, like Jeff said. It was wet. Not a great day to be playing. So a good day for the FRUITA Wildcats.
Now let's head back out to Jeff to give us an update on this Central versus Skyline game, maybe a final score, or just see where we're at right now in this game right now. Jeff?
Yeah, final score is going to end up being 40-6 Skyline. We're just ticking down the final seconds in the fourth quarter here. But the story of this game really comes down to defense. Central just could not wrap up the Skyline quarterback. He had a couple rushing touchdowns himself, and that was something that we talked with Central head coach Bill Plock about earlier today, just about playing physical defense. He said there was one or two plays in all of the losses in this season that could have changed the tide of that game. And the plays just did not go Central's way tonight. So final score here from Stoker is going to be 40-6. The Skyline Falcons will take this one. But that is all for me out here at Stoker. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Jeff. And Central, they'll be facing off against the 6-1 Broomfield Eagles next week. It's going to be a tough match. It's going to be a tough matchup, but, you know, with Coach Plock leading those boys, you know, they always got a fighting chance. And, you know, that is week 7 of Friday Night Frenzy. What a week. A lot of blowouts. We have 3 more games left in this postseason football. Guys, we'll see you guys next week on Friday Night Frenzy.